You were born to carry the storm. You remember the way words can heal a wound. You were the child who retold everything you heard. You know names matter. Your assignment to speak the lineage out loud so it doesn't die. To tell the hard truths, the funny parts, the warnings, to give voice to those who came before. To make sure the young know where they come from. You were not conceived to be silent. You were conceived to be heard. You are not here to perform. You are here to remember out loud. You are not here to perform. You are here to remember out loud. You are not. You are not. You are not. You are here to remember out loud. Protect your voice, rest it, use it well. The stories you tell today become their compass tomorrow. You are not here to perform. You are here to remember out loud. You are not here to perform. You are here to remember out loud. You are. You are not. You are not. You are not. You are not. You are here.
7 American Tertiary Organization. Reminder. This stage goes deeper than healing the attachment. You begin noticing how much of your identity was organized around it. Maybe you were the rescuer, the rejected one, the victim, the caretaker, the achiever, the one waiting to be chosen, the one constantly proving their worth, the one trying to save everyone. When the attachment disappears, the role can disappear with it. And suddenly the question becomes, who am I when I no longer need this story to tell me who I am? This is where detachment becomes transformation. You aren't simply releasing them. You are releasing the version of yourself that needed the attachment. Page love. It no longer controls my inner world. And finally, you realize something quietly. You haven't thought about it today, maybe not yesterday either. You can see them, remember them, love them, wish them well, and still choose yourself. There is no battle anymore, no desperate need to erase the memory. No need to make them wrong so you can move forward, because the opposite of attachment isn't hatred, it's freedom. And here is perhaps the deepest misunderstanding about letting go. Letting go isn't when you stop loving something, it's when it stops controlling your internal state. You can love someone and release them. You can appreciate a chapter without reopening it. You can honor what something taught you without continuing to carry it. And one day you realize the thing you thought you needed to let go of was never only them. It was the expectation, the imagined future, the identity, the emotional dependency, the version of reality you kept trying to resurrect. And when all of that finally loosens, you don't lose yourself. You get your energy back. Which stage are you in right now? 1. Resistance. 2. Grieving. 3. Withdrawal. 4. Emptiness. 5. Eutamity. 6. Energy return. 7. Identity reorganization. 8. Freedom.
What actually happens when you finally let go? Most people think letting go happens in a single moment. You forgive. You delete the message. You walk away. You stop checking. You tell yourself I'm done. But your mind can leave long before your nervous system does. You can physically remove yourself from a person, relationship, identity, dream, or chapter of your life, and still carry it inside you every day. Because real detachment isn't just separation. It is the gradual removal of something's power over your internal state. And it often happens in stages. Mary. The first stage is fighting reality. You replay conversations, imagine different outcomes, try to understand what went wrong, search for the one thing you could say, change, fix, or do differently. Your energy remains attached because some part of you is still negotiating with what already happened. Resistance says, reality must change before I can be okay. And that keeps the automatic chord alive. Reviving, I know it's over, but it still hurts. Eventually, resistance becomes exhausting. Reality begins to enter, and grief arrives. But you're rarely grieving only the person or situation. You may be grieving the future you imagined, the version of yourself you were with them, the possibilities that never happened, the time you invested, the person you hoped they would become, the person you thought you would become. This is why grief can feel much larger than the thing you supposedly lost. You are mourning an entire reality that existed inside you. Hayden of Drawall, Why do I keep wanting to go back? This is one of the most misunderstood stages. You may suddenly miss what you consciously know wasn't right for you. You want to check their page, send the message, return to the old environment, repeat the old pattern. Why? Because familiarity itself can become regulating. Your nervous system learns certain emotional rhythms of anticipation, conflict, reassurance, rejection, re-and intensity. When those rhythms disappear, their absence can feel uncomfortable. So sometimes, you aren't craving the person. You're craving the familiar internal state associated with them. That distinction can change everything. For the emptiness. Who am I, the eldest? Then comes the strange silence. The drama is gone. The chasing is gone. The emotional highs and lows begin disappearing. And instead of immediately feeling free, you may feel empty. This is where many people turn around. They mistake emptiness for evidence that they made the wrong decision. But emptiness can simply be the space left behind when an old attachment no longer occupies your consciousness. Don't rush to fill it. The empty room is where something new will eventually be built. 5 on neutrality. I can think about it without becoming it. This is where true detachment begins becoming visible. The memory still exists, but the charge is weaker. Their name doesn't hijack your body. You don't need them to apologize. You don't need them to understand you. You don't need everyone to know your side. You stop rehearsing imaginary conversations. The past becomes information instead of an emotional command. You remember without re-entering. That is a massive shift. Sixth clean renity return. I feel like myself again. Something beautiful begins happening. The energy that was constantly being spent on thinking, checking, analyzing, resenting, fantasizing, vibrating, waiting, trying to control the outcome, becomes available again. You suddenly want to create, move, travel, exercise, learn, connect, live. People often say, I finally feel like myself again. But perhaps something big happened. You stopped sending so much of yourself somewhere you no longer lived. I joy.
my body goes.
My body goes where the beat goes. There is a deeper meaning hidden within the words. My body goes where the beat goes. At first, it may sound like nothing more than a statement about music and movement. But from a hermetic perspective, it can become something much more profound. The universe is rhythm. The tides rise and fall. The seasons come and go. The heart beats, the lungs expand and contract. The sun rises and sets. Life moves through cycles of expansion and contraction, activity and rest, beginning and ending. Nothing in nature remains completely still. This is the principle of rhythm expressing itself through existence. And we are not separate from that rhythm. We are within it. Our bodies respond to rhythm before the conscious mind even has time to analyze it. A particular sound can change our breathing. A particular vibration can change our mood. A particular environment can change our energy. A particular person can alter the emotion of atmosphere within us. The body listens. The question is, what beat are we allowing our body to follow? Because there are many rhythms surrounding us. There is the rhythm of fear, the rhythm of anger, the rhythm of anxiety, the rhythm of distraction, the rhythm of the crowd. And then there is another rhythm, the quiet rhythm within, the rhythm of intuition, the rhythm of stillness, the rhythm of consciousness becoming aware of itself, the rhythm of the heart when the mind becomes quiet enough to hear it. Hermetically speaking, mastery does not necessarily mean escaping the rhythm of life. It means becoming conscious of it. The awakened person begins to recognize when they are being pulled into a rhythm that does not serve them. They recognize when the world is attempting to dictate their emotional frequency. They recognize when they are reacting instead of responding. And eventually they learn something very important. You do not have to dance to every beat that the world plays. You can pause. You can breathe. You can become still. And you can choose your rhythm. This is where the statement becomes a teaching. My body goes where the beat goes. Perhaps the deeper question is not simply where is my body going? It is who or what is choosing the beat. Are we unconsciously moving according to the rhythm of the world around us? Or have we become conscious enough to recognize the rhythm of our own inner nature? The Hermetic path teaches us to observe before we react, to become conscious before we choose, to understand the currents moving through us rather than becoming prisoners of those currents. The body may follow the beat, but consciousness can learn to choose the music. And perhaps this is one of the great mysteries of awakening. We cannot all hasten toward the rhythm of life, but we can become masters of how we move within it. There will be times when life brings us a fast rhythm. There will be times when everything seems to slow down. There will be times of joy, sorrow, expansion, contraction, solitude, connection, loss, discovery, beginnings and endings. The rhythm changes. We change. But beneath all of those changing rhythms, there is something within us capable of simply witnessing the movement. That witness is where discernment begins. So today, I invite everyone in the ancient order of the Hermetics to contemplate this. What beat has been guiding your life lately? What rhythm have you been unconsciously following? And have you ever experienced the moment when you consciously changed your rhythm and discovered that your life began moving differently as a result? Perhaps your experience may help another seeker recognize something within themselves that they had never considered before. Share your insight.
your perspective or your personal experience below. We do not share merely to be heard. We share so that another person may see through our experience a reflection of something within themselves. My body goes where the beat goes, that my consciousness chooses which beat I will follow. And perhaps the true beginning of mastery is learning to hear the difference.